Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the On Fire B2B podcast. It's a podcast where we take business owners and CEOs in the B2B space. 6 questions, 9 minutes, because the best know when to be concise and when to end. And here we go. Question number 1, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what do you do?
My name is Mark Goldman. I am a storyteller and a coach, and I help people tell stories. I help people communicate through story.
Awesome. Perfect. Love it. Right, Mark? There we go. Question number 2. What is the best thing about working with businesses?
The best thing about
working with businesses?
Oh, boy. What I love about working with businesses and both upper level managers and CEOs, I love to see that aha moment on their faces. I saw that light bulb go off when they begin to understand what story can do. They start to tell stories or talk to each other, and all of a sudden they see, oh my God, this is important. This does help me connect with other people, with my employees, with my customers. That aha moment is my absolute favorite piece of working with companies.
Perfect. Question number 3. I'm hearing from other top executives and owners that using quotes from clients increases conversions and sales. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think using quotes helps, but I always ask people to go one step further, and that is, what are the stories? What are those quotes the basis for? So what are the stories behind that? And the reason is, as human beings, stories are part of our DNA. Stories are actually our first language before we started speaking. And so the important piece is stories is how we connect with each other, how we relate to each other. You probably remember stories from when you were a kid, maybe that your parents or your grandparents told you, or that you read in school. And stories are the way that we connect with each other. So a quote is good, but a story is better.
That is true. Again, stories are very important in the testimonial process there. So question number 4, what advice you share with other companies in the B2B industry?
Well, stories cover a long range of ways to communicate. Stories are not just to be used in your advertising or your marketing. So here's a company, let me tell you about our company, or let me tell you about our product. Those are some of the simplest and most ubiquitous stories. But it's the stories that happen inside that company, the stories that happen between people, and it's the customer's story. The most important story in your company is not about your product or about your company. The most important story is about your customer and how they were changed or something happened to them that made them want to do business with you as a company. Those are the most important stories. So don't forget those. Those stories are the ones that connect us with each other.
So let me ask you this. How do you start, like from a 101 level, how do you start building those stories about your clients?
Well, you want to, excuse me.
It's okay.
You want to find out, well, basically the best way is just to ask them what's their story. What's their experience? That's what the true story is. Did you come here? Did you learn something? Did you get something out of our company or our product? Or what was your experience with our salespeople? I recently bought a car, a used car, and we've all got stories of what kind of experiences we've had buying cars. And you want to find somebody who's had a great experience. So that's the first really question is, what's the best experience you had in this particular place, in this venue? And then how do you expand on that? Who or what caused you to have that great experience? And you just keep delving further in and further and focusing down and down about what was important about that story.
Perfect. No, that makes a lot of sense. It's time for question number 5. What other top CEOs and business owners in the B2B industry, like yourself, would you like to acknowledge as a leader and should be a guest on my podcast?
Oh, well, I thought about that, and I've got two. One here in the Phoenix area is Derek Hall, the CEO of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Um, I've worked with him quite a bit, and what I want to tell you is that he runs the Diamondbacks as a company of inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
All of his employees, he includes, and he's genuine with them. He really talks to them one-on-one. He's got a great story of him sitting in his office one day, and the custodian, the janitor, came by to empty the wastebaskets and clean up. And he started talking to him. And he asked him what he wanted to do, what was his passion. And the fellow said that his wife made tamales. And what his passion was, he really wanted to sell those tamales. And guess what? Within a week, Derek Hall set him up with a stand in the stadium and had his wife make tamales. And now he's a full-fledged vendor at the Diamondback Stadium, not just cleaning up, which was an honorable job, but he's doing what he loved to do.
That's awesome.
His passion. And so Derek Hall is he's got lots and lots of stories like that, but he's one of my favorites. And there's another fellow.
Okay, so just to let you know, we do, if you can say his name real quick, because we only have 2 minutes and 25 seconds left.
Oh my God, that quick.
Yep.
Herb Kelleher was a great CEO of Southwest Airlines, passed away in 2019. The current CEO, Gary Kelly, also runs that business just the way Herb Kelleher did, has fun, tells stories.
Mm-hmm.
The most important part for him is people. All of his stories are about his people.
Awesome. With 1 minute, 57 seconds left, question number 6. Mark, tell me about your first sale.
Oh boy, one of my first sales was great. I had this gal who was an entrepreneur, and she was in the mind, body, fitness area, and she was trying to make sales to people, and she wanted to tell them the story of how she had this epiphany of what she needed to do to change her life. And what she said to me was, she said, all the people that are my friends, they're buying from me. They're buying my service. But the people who don't know me aren't buying from me. I said, well, then maybe we need to find those people and make them your friends. And the best way for them to know you and to become friends with you is for you to tell them a story, not just a list of things that happened to you. And that's what we did. We went through and found the stories that were important to her and that let people know who she was as a person.
Love it there. With 53 seconds left, let's get some promo time in. Go.
Tellingmatters.com. Real simple. Go to the website. It's got all the information on it about me, about what I do as a company, how I help people. Any questions you've got, that's it. Tellingmatters.com.
You pulled it off. 6 questions in 9 minutes because the best know when to be concise and when to end. Website. Say it one more time.
Tellingmatters.com.
In the description, it's magic. Mark, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you.
Bob, thanks for having me here.
You're welcome. And for everyone else watching or listening, make sure you check out more episodes of the On Fire B2B podcast. My name is Bob Clark. Y'all have a wonderful day now. Talk to you later. Bye.